You unravel me with a melody. You surround me with song of deliverance from my enemies till all my fears have come. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb.
These three ladies have a story to tell. Everyone has a story to tell. If I walked round this room tonight and sat down with each and every one of you, you would have a story to tell of your life. Unique, different, sad, some of it, joyful, other parts of it. Amazing stories, because every single one of you is amazing. Over the weekend, we're going to hear their stories, and thank you. We're going to start off tonight with Lorna's story, a little bit of her story, actually. For those of you who've been coming to Beyoutiful for the last few years, you will have heard Lorna speak before. One of the privileges in my role as a pastor, when people join the church and they become part of church family, is we start doing life together. And we see people, we see the good, the bad and the ugly in each other. We walk with each other through those good times and the bad times, and we have tears, we cry together, we laugh together. And it's such a privilege, and even more so when you watch people on their journey and you watch God do incredible things in their life. And I just love it when I can celebrate with you girls, and I just love it when we pray and when we see God come through. We've missed Lorna. She has been away for a couple of years, and she decided that she was going to go on a bit of an adventure. And God spoke to her about going on an adventure, and it certainly has been that. And when she came back from her little adventure, and she's going to tell you all about that, she started to tell me some of the things that had happened when she was away on her adventure. And I said, do you know what? We were praying for you. We were praying for all of those things when you kept sending us those texts, and it's wonderful to actually have you back and to hear your story. So I'm going to pass over to Lorna, and she's going to tell you just a little bit of her story of what's been going on in her life in the past couple of years.
Thank you. When Kathy asked me to pick a word, I couldn't think of a word. Well, I could think of lots of words actually, but I prayed, and the word that came was provoked. And for those of you who don't know, I'm 60 now, and I don't look it, polish up well. I know, what woman says she's 60 when she's not, you know, but anyway. So I went to London, to the Royal College of Art, to do an MA, and I knew that's what God wanted me to do. And, you know, the whole of this weekend, we're going to be looking at stories, and I just want to say, what happens when God tells you to do something, and you think it's going to be a fairy tale, and it ends up being a horror story? But it doesn't mean that it wasn't what God meant you to do. Do you know what I mean? And it's the thing that I want to leave with you at the beginning is that whatever your story is, however bad it is, that chapter will pass. You know, but for me, I went in, I thought, yeah, I'm going to do this master's, the Royal College, it's going to be wonderful, and it was poof, first day, attack, you know. So I just want to share just a small bit of the things where I was provoked. And you know what it's like when you're provoked, you know, provoked to react. And I think what I would say as a parent is that I can take a lot of things. I think my faith is quite strong. But you mess with my family, you start messing with my family, it's a whole different level. So I was doing my masters, but at the same time, there was things going on in my family. So I'm not going to do it chronological in time. I'm just going to do it as God leads me to do it and talk about it. So I have 4 children, and my youngest daughter, I just remember was at college. And no, actually I wasn't at college. I was in my room. Right, so where I was staying in the accommodation was Christian accommodation. So all the staff were Christian, but the housemates weren't necessarily Christian. And because the course was so expensive, I had to go for the cheapest option. So I was living in South Kent, because I had the cheapest option. But in my room, I shared the room with 2 other ladies. So it's a 2-year course. So the first year, they were lovely ladies. It was just like, I'm just in heaven. College was horrible, but my roommates were lovely. The second year, you go with the roommates on hell. And it's like, Lord, what are you doing? And one of the ladies, so I've been in this room, and I remember saying to God at the end of the first year, you know when you get stroppy, and at the end of the first year, so there's 3 beds, there's the bed by the window that everybody wants, but I didn't actually want it because I don't like cold, but it's nice. So there's a bed by the window, and then there's a bed by the wall, but there's a bed that's in the middle of the room. I didn't want that bed. So the first year I was by the wall. So at the end of the first year, I said to the accommodation officer, since I've been here for a year, I feel that I should be able to reserve a bed next year. And he goes, no, it's first come, first served. And I goes, well, do you know what? I'm just not going to come back. You can't guarantee me a bed. I think it's ridiculous. And I'm a Christian as well, and I've been here, and I was going, I was thinking, woo! Where did that come from? You know, it's all coming out. And I just left it like that. I really don't care. It's really ridiculous. But over the summer, God was really speaking to me, and I said to God, wherever I am in that room, I just accept it. And where was I? In the bed in the middle of the room. But it was a good thing that God touched my heart. So when I went into the room, there was somebody already there. And we get to the night, it's all that thing, like, who's going to get undressed first, it's a bit, and I was like going to the bath, because I'm older, going to the bathroom and get changed and come in. And the curtain was open, so I said, do you draw the curtain? She goes, no, I don't sleep with the curtains closed. I was like, oh, sorry. So she goes, no, I have the curtains open. I was like, what? And it wasn't even like, do you mind? It was just like, she's just telling me, this young girl, then I'm a little young girl, you're telling me, So, I said to her, no, you're going to close the curtains. Right, and then she's like, no, I'm going to have the curtains open. So then the other girl in the room was like, I don't really mind, I just don't want any trouble. Right, and I was thinking, where's my backup? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, she said to me, this girl who didn't want to close the curtains, she said, well, I wasn't even meant to be in this room, but I told her I'm not moving. So I goes, well, you best move. It's like, the really nice Christian girl goes, you best move, let's go and find another room, right? So she said, no, I'm not moving. I was just like, what? So anyway, I just said, we need to close the curtains. So she closed the curtains. Then, I noticed she had these fairy lights on the wall. She got some fairy lights on. I was like, what? She goes, I can't sleep in the dark. And I goes, but how am I going to sleep? You're flashing fairy lights. I goes, I can't sleep. And then the other one's going, I just don't want any trouble. I don't want any way. And I'm just like, what? So anyway, I goes, no, we're not having fairy lights on. So she goes, oh, it's all right, I've got my backup light. And she turns on her backup light, which is like a rotating. I'm just like, oh. And then I thought, well, I'll just try. So I laid down, and I thought, I'll just try just to sleep. And I laid there, it was 1 o'clock, and I couldn't sleep. And I just thought, this is ridiculous, I can't sleep. And I thought, what I need to do, I need to get up and I need to turn this light off. So I got up, and I couldn't find out how to turn the light off. And I thought, she's going to wake up, because she don't like the dark. She's going to see me, over a bed. And I was just like, oh, ridiculous. So I go back and lay down in the bed, 3 o'clock, I'm still not sleeping. I'm like, oh, please, Lord, just show me where the plug is to switch it off. So I get back out of bed, and then I'm like fapping around. And then she's snoring. I thought, Lord, then the next day I sort of said to her, you know, I can't really sleep with the light on. You know, I've really tried, but I can't sleep with the light on. She's like, oh, it's okay. So, you know, so we just had it like that, and then the other girls like, I just don't want any trouble, I just don't know what to do, right? So then what happened was, I got a call from my daughter. She'd gone on holiday in Mexico, and she was just like, Mum, he's beating me up. I'm like, what? So she's in Mexico, her boyfriend's beating her up, and I'm in the room with these two other ladies, and I was just like, I came off the phone, I said to my daughter, you need to speak to the hotel, blah, 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 blah. I was really upset, and I got off the phone, and I said to these two girls, you know what's happened to me? And it's like, I was like, wow, you know, and it's like when you share the room, like, you can't even cry, and it's like, wow, you're not a heartless man, you're really heartless, you know? And I was just like, Lord, it's just hard, you know, and the course was really hard, and there's lots of things happening on the course, which I won't go into now. And I was just like, Lord, you know, so then we went, this is all, you know, a short period of time, I think. The next day or so, you know, it was really cold, -5. Go into the room, it was freezing, the windows open, the heater's off. I was like, and one thing I hate is cold. This is, you know, like we talk about provoked, it's just like, you know, those things. I was like, the other one, you know, my dad came out, she goes, it's really cold, isn't it? But I just don't want to say anything. I go, it's freezing, it's -6. The girl was from India, and I go, it's cold. So she goes, yeah, I feel really hot. I go, it's -6. And she goes, yeah, but I feel really hot. I go, you need to close the window, you need to put the heating on. And she goes, I said it's cold. And she goes, oh, well, I just closed. I goes, no, you turn the heating on and you close the window. You know, and this is, at this stage, we're talking about provoke. In my head, I'm thinking, I will slap you. I will just take you out. That's what I'm thinking in my head. You're giving me too much trouble. You know, and I was thinking, like, this is in my head, and I'm thinking, this is not the Christian witness. I'm just looking at her, and I'm smiling, I'm going to slap you, girl. You break you up, right? Making me feel cold. You know, and then, so she put the heating on. In the night, I woke up, I was freezing. The windows open, the heat. I was like, it was like it's every day. And so I spoke to the other girl, and I was like, what are we going to do? She goes, I just don't want any trouble. I said, no. So I said, we all need to sit and talk about it, and let's resolve it, okay? So we were going to talk the next day. But the next day, when I went to the canteen, the girl said, I don't want any trouble. I saw her friends, and they just, as I walked in, they just parted. And then one went, that's the roommate. I was like, what's going on? So I went upstairs, and they were like, we really need to, I goes, we don't need to talk, you just need to tell me what's your problem. Because I've just seen your friends downstairs, and I don't appreciate people pointing at me. And she was like, this is the one, I just got on the job. She goes, well, you know, I just said to them, you know, really afraid to put the lights on, because before that they were like, we should have the light on as late as we want. If we want at 1 o'clock, and I was like, no, 12 o'clock, fair enough, no 1 o'clock. And she goes, so I sort of told them that I'm scared to put the light on in the night if they come in. And I goes, what am I going to do? So she goes, I know you wouldn't do anything, and you're not like that, but that's what I told them. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And then they said, you know, we realised that we've got different lifestyles, you know, you being old. You know, and I was just like, oh, you know, so it was just this constant thing, and the things going on at college, and I went into college, and then somehow the college, there was 5 of us, through all our work in the skit, a whole year's work in the skit, so I had that going on. But it must have been a good thing, because when they threw these big planches into the skit, there was one drawer that they couldn't pull out, and it had my name on it. They just couldn't get that. So it's all these different things going on all the time. I'm trying to deal with my daughter, get back into the country. I've got these roommates, and you're just feeling provoked and feeling like, I'm going to tell you about yourself, you know, and then battling with, no, you know, just let God just deal with that. So, you know, all this is going on, I'm just saying, Lord, I just remember I sat on the toilet, because I was spatula when you rang, I said, Lord, give me strength, Lord, I cannot take this, it's on all sides, and I'm just being provoked, and I feel like I need to defend myself. And the Lord was saying, no, I will defend you, I will be there for you. You know, and I said, yeah, you're going to be there for me, Lord, I still got to go back into that cold room and deal with these people, you know. and I just said, Lord, I just can't carry on, but nevertheless, I'm going to try my best through your grace to carry on. You know, and I talked to the roommates, and I had this dream about, you know, the roommate with the radiator, and I had this dream that she was just crying and crying and crying. And I said to her, "You alright?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm fine." And I goes, "What they do?" I said, "I had this dream that he was really crying, you know." So I said, "You know, if any time if you're not okay, you know, just, you know, if you want to talk." And she said, and I was, "You know, if you do want to talk, just let me know." And she was like, "Yeah, okay." You know, and we just had this every day, you know, the windows open, it's cold. It got to the point, I thought there's no point. I bought like blackout masks, I bought earplugs, we were playing music. We had this agreement that they wouldn't leave the room, she's eating curry in the room. I'm just like, I just need to just leave it now. Anyway, this particular day I went in, and she said to me, "Oh, could I talk to you?" And I was like, "Yeah." You know, I should have been like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." And then she just broke down and she was just crying, just like I saw in the dream. And I was just talking to her and I was, "I'm going to really pray for you." And I said, "I know you don't believe in Jesus, but I'm just going to really pray for you. And that God will bless you, God will turn the situation around for you." You know, and she didn't really say much more. And then the other girl who I was in trouble, she came in and she said to me, "Would you pray for me?" Like, okay. And she was just having problems at college and I prayed for her. And I was like, okay, that was just, you know, that day. And then after that, the direct just went back to normal. But those were the opportunities that I had and I took. And things just kept building up and building up. And I was just like, "Lord, I'm just really cold. They're just up all night, you know, and they're just really, in a way, really disrespectful and provoking. And I've got the family things going on, I've got the college things going on." And then what happened was, somebody at the accommodation said, "We've been praying and we just feel that God wants you to have a single room." Yes, for a week. But it was the week when I had my exam. So for that week, I was just in a separate room and I said, "Lord, just thank you. Thank you so much that you just made that way for that week." You know, it was only a week, but it seemed like 6 weeks. And I was in a separate room and I just had time just to reflect and just think, "Okay, God, you know, I'm being provoked, but I'm not to react." You know, and I wrote them, each one of them a card, and I just wrote, you know, maybe my attitude wasn't good, and I hope you can forgive me, and this is how I was feeling, but as a Christian, I shouldn't really carry those things in my heart, you know. And she went, "It's so cute, your card is so cute," you know, really sarcastic. I thought, well, it doesn't matter what they say, it's about what God does, you know. So I really just thank God, but it was like the hardest time in my life, you know, and it was just like, just provoked on the inside, provoked physically through the cold, spiritually, and in all areas. And I just got so anxious, but it's like God just came in and He just took all those anxieties away. So I just want to encourage you that, you know, when you step out in faith to do something that God's called you